encourage him in that. Strengthen him in that. Don't try and stumble him. Try to make him fall. I know I can make him fall. And this is what they were doing. But they're supposed to be apostles. Supposed to be pastors of churches. Really? Now he wrote me about that. I fell out of my chair laughing. He said, brother, they tried to kill. They said they tried to kill a brother over here. He said, I don't understand it. And these people are supposed to be pastors, apostles. He said, if I gave you names, you'll know them. And I'm like, really? He said, you would know them. Up in Ohio, he said, you would know them. And he said, this is what they're doing. And he said, bro, I'm just so mixed up now, I don't know what to do. You know, to go, you know, do I continue? I'm asking God, do I continue with this business or not? Because I don't have a problem, but for their sake. Because if they're trying to kill me, they have to lower their standards to try to kill me. So then what can they turn around and preach to people? They become hypocrites. He said, for their sake, you know, I'm just thinking, you know, I just called the business a day. I just don't do it anymore. I just go into something else. Because he was into medical, repairing medical machinery at one time. And he may go back into that. He said, I might just, you know, do that just to, you know, I'll deal with a hospital. I'm okay. You know, I go to the individual house. They're a mess. But see, he made himself a eunuch for the kingdom of heaven. He wants to be dedicated unto God. That's what he wants. And he just completely sold himself out for the kingdom's sake. Well, why don't you pat a man on the back for that? You trying to make him stumble and fall? You trying to hinder him? Hurt him? Really? Something's wrong with that. That's why we have to be careful. In relationships, what are we doing? Are we trying to hurt people? If I've got a sister and I say that I love this sister, and I say that I want to be married to her, she means so much to me, I love her, I'm not going to do something to cause her to stumble and fall. And then I'm going to turn around and minister to her as my wife? How can I do that? How can I turn around and minister to her as my wife, and I'll cause you to stumble and fall? I made you commit fornication, and that's a good thing? No, I can't then minister to you and tell you that we need to be in line with Christ. You're going to be looking at me like, really? This is why you see relationships. You see the, I've been in play. I've seen the wife over there cutting her nails, doing everything, not paying any attention. Husband preaching, sweat dropping out of his face. She's not paying him a bit more attention. Why? Because she's seen the double life. That's why you've got to minister to her every step of the way. You have to minister to her. And if you say Jesus Christ is Lord, then go into that relationship as Jesus Christ being Lord of your life. And you minister to her. And you bring her up in the things of God. Then she should do the same to you. I'm not trying to lure you in, get you to the house, seductive dress on, and then get you. No, it's not what she's supposed to be doing. She's supposed to be a woman of God. And if you honor her as a woman of God, she presents herself as a woman, then this is going to be a blessing. You're going to lift each other up. And you're going to honor God in the process. And men, women will see your relationship, and they'll be encouraged by that, not discouraged. They will be encouraged. And that's what we're supposed to be doing, presenting that encouragement. So being single, that's why I put a question mark. Is that being single? Paul is looking at it, saying, here's the gift now. I wish you all like me. Because Paul is like, I can lead about a sister just like anybody else. I chose not to. See? I could do everything everybody else did. All the other Paul. Peter had a wife. I could do the same thing. Some of the other ones chose not to for the kingdom's sake. Chose not to have a wife. So when you're looking at singularity, what are you? And this is why he brings this in. Right after he starts speaking about the married, then he starts bringing in about what it is to truly be single. Were you that way from birth? Were you made that way because of man? Or are you single because, of heaven? If I was in a car accident and I was paralyzed from the waist down, I can't help it. I'm be, man, I was in a car accident. I'm going to be that way. I don't have a choice. But see, if I have a choice, what do I do? If I have a choice, do I make the choice? See, it's easy when a man made. Harder when I have the choice. Do I make the choice? To present my body a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is my reasonable service. Is that what I choose? You know, that's what I told my wife. I told her, something happened to you, maybe this is me right here. She said, oh, you don't, you go out and you get yourself. Well, I said, baby, that's me. I'm too old to train somebody else to be my wife. Too old to have to train somebody. I said, you it. You it. That's it. Last one. You caught me at a good age, but I was still in training mode. I'm not in training mode no more. So that's it. That just has to become me. It has to be me and God. That's the end of it. At the time, she had laughed about that because you have to know of a decision that you're making. What's more important? You know, God or man? Yikes. God forbid the person who chooses man over God. More important, give me God. Any day. Greater reward. Your reward is in heaven. Great is your reward in heaven. That's what he tells us. Better to choose God. Better to have him than what shall it profit a man? Gain the whole world, but lose his soul. What can you give in exchange for your soul? Mark 8. Absolutely nothing. It's gone. You finished. It's not worth it. Not worth it. Any comments, questions over verse 6 that Paul reveals to us in 1 Corinthians 7, 6. Any questions, comments, 7, 6, and 7? Verse 8, he said, I say therefore to the unmarried and widows. What is a widow? Okay, so widow, person that was, and I think they try to make it for men, they call them widowers, something like that. They try to change words all the time. Men always try to. They would just refer to as widow, period. Male or female. They make a difference. To the unmarried. What is unmarried? Person who has never been married. To the unmarried and widow. I know a lady been married twice, 3 times. She's over the singles ministry. Because he knows exactly what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. You know, I was always looking at that like, huh? How did you get that? She forced herself into the position. But they put over the single, I'm like, over the singles ministry. Huh? Yeah. She pushed herself into the ministry. She was divorced? Widow? Divorced twice. Not once, twice. And she's over the single ministries for the state, not the association, not the county, not the district, the state. Singles. And I thought it was always unmarried and or widows, of which she is neither. That's supposed to be single. That's what Paul classified as single. Unmarried and or widow. That's a single person.